unmute myself. That might help.
Yeah, it might help, Callisto.
It might help. But, you know, I'm sending that to everyone with no phrases whatsoever. Yeah, Callisto. I had new cats, by the way. Thought I had this set up alright, but maybe we'll just have to figure it out more, because, you know, brand new place and streaming and location. We'll see how it goes. Oh, are you just a little funny bum? No. Yeah. Not gonna have anyone today, I don't think. Hey. You? Your biggest fan. Actually, you're Athena's biggest fan, but hopefully everything is sounding okay. Yeah, little bun. Yeah. Yeah. I now have 2 kittens who want to hang out with me all the time. All the time. Yeah, go on over there. So, yeah, so to begin with, since I am so very new here. Hi. Oh, Day. Hi. Oh my gosh. I have the night. Hi. People have found me here, and you guys have similar names compared to how I'm used to you. So it's always nice to see people. Yeah. You want to be shown off again, don't you? Look at this little baby bun. She's a bit big now, but she's still a baby bun. And I caught her trying to chew on my toy, on my miniatures. You know, because that's what baby kittens do. Even though she doesn't seem like a baby anymore. She's turning 1 next month. 1 next month. Alright, so, yeah. Hi, it's so good. So good to see you guys. I missed you too. It's been a challenging year. I got hip surgery for my injury. So that was fun. And that's been a trial and a half, I would say. So yeah, it's been a number of pushes to get me to where I am right now. Last session or last season. So I haven't streamed in a very long time. And I didn't feel like really going back to Twitch after what I kept hearing about various decisions that they decided to make. So, you're having to use a real name. I'm still seeing it as my, hey, Mrs. Jen and Mike. Hi, Mikey. We're live. We're back again. Hopefully. We don't know. We'll see how it all handles and things. I kind of know what I'm going to be doing. We'll see. I wasn't really expecting anyone. But that's, you know, that's how it is. I also have no idea how long the delay is from me seeing the chat, since this is a whole new thing. I don't even have GIFs working, although I will be learning how to do Python. I will be learning Python so that I can make it work, because I made some really cute GIFs, guys, okay? I made some cute ones, and they're really sweet, and I want to show them, but they don't work the way that they used to. They will still work if I change all my stuff up to Twitch, but once when I move over to YouTube, it doesn't seem to really want to work. So, hi. Yeah, for those of you who are using your real names, I do know that they have come out with handles again, so you can go back to not having your real name. Glad you know my name. Yeah, I know your name. I'll still call you Mrs. Jen, unless you want me to not. but even then, ha. See, the only problem is the chat window that they have built into OBS, it's really small. So it's like, oh god, I have to like stare at it. Yeah, we need a new lem. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of illustrations since I stopped being able to do streaming. I've done some really lovely portraits, I would say, and so it's kind of brought in a different aspect of my creativeness. I would like to think, anyways. So yeah, it's I might just sit here talking today all day. Who knows? I'm gonna be spooky. Why are you gonna be spooky? Don't shave the beard. Oh god, that would be terrifying. Please, husband of mine, don't shave your beard. What's up, you viewers? Yeah, that's true. But still, Mrs. Jen with Mr. Jen and Lola. Lola Jen? Does in the UK, do they give your pets the same last name as you guys? Because like my cats have apparently my last name, and it's really strange. I wasn't really too sure how I'd feel like that. But either way, it's weird, honestly, to kind of be back here and to kind of be talking. It's yeah, I'm figuring that one out still. I can spin. That's kind of nice. So it's a lot of like the fact that I haven't really been able to do very much, and I also kind of did the wrong thing, and I hurt my hip again, and so that kind of set me back again. But illustrations, I was talking about that. I did a really lovely piece of Alice in Wonderland that I've now actually got printed, which is really cool, but it's like way over there. Yeah, she's Lola Flack. Aww, that is cute. I saw somebody else's comment on over here. Videozar, hi. You no longer streamed. Well, I do. Well, you might think I didn't stream anymore because I got injured last June. My hip got... Hey, there we go. It works. Yes, there you go. You figured out how to put on a YouTube handle. Good job. I am proud of you. Yeah, so a full update on kind of where I was at. Last June, I injured myself. This is June last year of 2021. It's been a while. And so streaming became very challenging for me because sitting was really hard, standing was and really the only most comfortable way I could be was laying completely prone. And so that wasn't, not really useful for being able to do anything, legitimately anything. So I then decided that, take a break from streaming a little bit, try to do it here and there. It became very wishy-washy. And let's see here. After that, we decided to visit our friends in Colorado. Drove out here to Colorado to visit them, with my injury still being kind of like the doctors being like, you probably just tore the glute muscle. That's kind of where we're thinking you're at. And so I took that at face value, and that sounds so great. And they're just like, well, it'll just take time. So here, have some steroids, Joey, injected into a part of my leg that they were like, yeah, this will help. And it kind of did, actually. It made that whole trip possible. So we visited our friends here, and then we decided that we have noisy kittens. We decided that we were going to, in fact, move out here. So last October, we moved here. So we have now been in Colorado for a year and a smidge. And then we adopted these little guys, these little buns. Ooh, this one is the noisy one. Finally make your way down to Trollheim. I did go to Trollheim Lodge. That is a comment for just, like, down the road a little bit. But I did go, and it was fantastic. So I did do some streaming here, but I found with my injury, it was still really, really difficult. And in the end, it was found out that I did not actually have just a muscle tear. I had a labrum tear, which is the O-ring that holds the femur ball into your hip socket. And I tore it twice. So, you know, that was kind of not good. And that won't heal on itself, so I did actually end up going in and having to get surgery. Yeah, I only have one kitten who's running around. Rhea is somewhere. She was in the cat tower, but then she's somewhere else now. Well, she might come by. So then, let's see here. So I had my surgery in April. That repaired the injury, but also the pre-existing condition where my femur, instead of having that swoop behind the ball, went flat. And so anytime I moved my hip joint around, it would be scraping up against the bones. So it wasn't really that great. So I've been recovering since April with my hip. Spent 3 weeks in bed. No, Jen, Mrs. Jen, you're still your name. You might have to save it or something. There might be a button say like save statuses and things like that. So I spent like 3 weeks in bed, which was kind of fun, but also kind of not fun. But I did watch all of Downton Abbey because I was stuck in a machine for like six hours a day, so I had to watch shows or something, because I couldn't play video games when you're laying prone and your leg is being slowly moved up and down, which was, I'm thankful for it. It's a good thing that I had done, but it did allow me to watch all of Downton Abbey, so yay! And let's see here, from there, I also played all of Horizon Forbidden West, which was a phenomenal game, so when I wasn't stuck in that machine, I was playing Horizon, which was my game that I kind of kept a hold of to be like, yeah, I'm going to use this as my recovery game and look forward to it, so I have no guilt about playing it all. And I played it all, and it was fantastic, and I really loved the story, so it was phenomenal. You're in my neck of the woods now. Twitch way back when you last streamed there. Yeah, before my surgery, so it would have been probably like February or something. Yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, so been recovering since then. I've now been able to do, you know, small hikes as long as there's not too much elevation change. And working on from there. So that's where I am. Hooray! And actually it was just a few weeks ago that I ended up going to Trollheim. Finally, because I tried to go there before my surgery and they were closed. And they're closed all through January. And shoot, I just remembered that the last weekend, I think it was the most recent weekend that just passed, was their Christmas whole like shops and things like that. They were doing a whole like, come here and get Christmas ornaments or whatever it's called. I kind of forget now. So that's what we were doing. But I went there and they did actually have vanilla sugar and they had pearl sugar. So I made pula and it was phenomenal. It was the best pula I have made. I am so very happy with it. So it was great. I'm so happy. Let's see here. Terrible. Yeah. I'm glad it wasn't a torn glute in the end. But just a whole lot of muscles upset that I tore a very internal muscle. So maybe it is a muscle. It's a ligament. I don't know. It's they refer to it as kind of like an elastic gummy worm that kind of just holds the bone socket in there, which, you know, is great. But now I have 2 poke holes of not a tattoo. I was thinking of getting a tattoo around it, but because it's literally the surgery that's given me my life back. So yeah. But now it's like, okay, I'm here. Maybe I should do some painting again. And Tam has been extraordinarily helpful. My husband, helpful and annoying, but mostly helpful because I procrastinate and everyone knows how that works. So he's been definitely pushing me to get going and to, you know, get back into this whole swing of things. Because, as he liked to remind me, I enjoy talking to you guys, I enjoy painting, and I enjoy my miniatures. But I had to get like my studio a lot set up. It's still a little bit messy because I decided to start taking things out of boxes. Yeah, I tore my gummy worm tendon. That's the one. Thankfully it didn't have to get replaced, but it would have been a cadaver piece of, like, he said, like, it's just like a gummy worm. You'll just, like, you can wiggle it back and forth. I'm like, that's weird. Doctors are weird. But I'm so glad that we moved to Colorado and I got the doctors that I have now, because they do actually feel like they care about my progress and my success in getting better. And telling me that I fuck up. I did actually know. I did make sure that this is not for children. Apparently, if you set a video, even as live stream, to saying it's for kids or kid friendly, you're not allowed to have chat. And I'm like, I like chat. I like you guys. You're fun. Pull a muzzle. I know. I pull a muzzle in my butt. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny too. I thought that was a pretty hilarious time, except that it was very much not hilarious because it was painful and it sucked. But that's okay, because I'm back. I'm back and I'm here, and we'll see how well this goes. I did a bunch of like test videos to see if even my cameras would still work. Hey, Mrs. Jen, look, it fixed. Fantastic. So yeah. Alright, I was gonna turn these guys. Alright, I don't have my camera switched over. That's my vibrating thing. We move over here. Oh my goodness, it's a paint palette. It's a paint palette, even though my lighting is still a little bit blown out on my fingers. And look at this little funny pen. Look at him, isn't he just so cute? Yeah, so I went to Meow Wolf over the weekend for the first time, and I ended up with pins. I also have a hat of this guy. It's really funny. It's actually like right over there. But these guys don't need to be on my desk right now. I also have a very funny little guy holding my stand there. But yeah, so it seems like most peeps are here. Yeah, I was not expecting people. I didn't really know. I'm trying out a new kind of layout. You see the camera here. Mainly because when I was trying to do test videos before and I had the camera kind of like situated in front of me, it would shake the camera a lot. So I'm hoping that I can not shake the camera a lot. Now, I have no idea if the desktop audio is coming through as music, so do let me know. Or if even the description thing, because I put a description for the video, and I put in a link. I have no idea if I have to, like, do programming things to embed the link, so I'm kind of curious on if that link actually works, just as it is, without embedding, because that would make my life so much easier. But it had no instructions about, like, oh, do this to embed links, which I normally see if there's a thing that needs link embedding. Okay, that was talking. Why are we, don't kick the camera. No. Why would I kick a camera? That just sounds rude. So, we have my wanted to do this one with all like just Chimera paints, just because it would be fun. But we're gonna do flesh tone. This guy I'm gonna have a little bit higher up there in terms of brightness. So we'll figure that one out. Pretty sure it's on this one, because Nocturna paints are so pretty. Got this, and let's go with that for now. Yeah, let's not clutter the table up. It's been nearly 18 months. Well, could be. It's been a time. Now, I shouldn't have any kind of noise coming through from me doing this mixing of paint, because I'm using a new handy dandy tool from NVIDIA that my husband updated my graphics card just so I could use it. And I kind of thought about it not too long ago, and I was like, oh, you could use that for work. Embedding is fun. I've done tons of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to learn some Python so that I can set up having a chatbot again. Because not setting up a chatbot again, setting up the chatbot to be able to say, hey, let's have some fun GIFs be put up there. So, yeah, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so I don't know. I was having like weird anxiety about the concept of going back to Twitch, and so then I had some lovely friends who were just like, well, why don't you try YouTube? And I was like, you can't hear the thing go buzz buzz. Yay! Yeah, because before my mic was on that side, on the side with the camera and the paintbrushes and the water and basically everything is on the right side. And so you would hear the tinkling of the glass when I was doing any kind of brush washing, and you would hear, the paint vibrator. I need a better name for that. Just saying, I need a better name for that. So I'm hoping that this comes through okay. So Peter over at CreatureCaster is an amazing, amazing guy. And he heard that about I told him about my injury and about my recovery. And he decided that he originally wanted to send me the Titan miniature, that not so miniature guy. He wanted to send me that. But then he came down with COVID, the poor thing. And Dan Jr. Aw, a Lola photo. Yeah. So he ended up not being able to send that to me, which was totally fine. I wasn't really expecting it. I was also like really drugged out of my mind because of yay pain. Not sure if should admit to that. We're discovering the rules as we go. So what? Jerk of a paint. He just went sploosh. Look at that sploosh. Rudeness, says I. And because of that rudeness, I completely forgot what I was saying. Anyone remember what I was just saying? Other than me figuring out the rules as I go. Oh yeah, Peter. See, I figured it out. And you also splooshed. Wow. Rudeness! This is what happens when you don't use paints for a long enough time, and it doesn't sound like I have any mixing beads in these, which I don't understand, but I should, but I don't. That's okay, we have some moisture, and that's okay. So yeah. and always some Prussian blue. So he didn't end up sending me the Titan, and I bought it when it came out because I wasn't holding him to that one. But then he apparently felt bad, and he wanted me to have something to look forward to coming back to painting miniatures. So he knows I love the Malefic line, so he ended up sending me the 3 guys from the Atriarchs of Malifica. So I have these 3, and honestly, the Enchantress is my favorite. I might paint her up for Resin Beast, but with this guy, I kind of wanted to play around with some, again, orange and blue, because, you know, I'm nothing if not consistent. Nope, that's a bit too high. Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, I'll just put up with it, I guess. So, I kind of wanted to make it like this guy is absorbing the colors out of the human that he has so encaptured. Kind of like some of the things I did with Kingdom Death. So I'm hoping that I can do that with him. And with her, I really want to have like the orange on her face. And then it kind of like transition down into a blue, but then like have tiny bits of it coming down and around, and yeah, so it's all pretty cool. I've also been working on this girl in the background, kind of like trying out painting again. Trying out painting red skin, honestly. Paint pots? Yeah. Yeah. Especially if they haven't been, you know, mixed in a while. Wow. And then we have some problems, but outside of that, we'll see if I'm even able to paint again, because geez, it's been so long that last time I was trying to paint, and I was doing that on camera just to kind of like test my camera setup and see if it'll even work. Because the last time I tried streaming, my cameras were kind of being iffy, and I ended up with like my hands like super shaking. But that also might have been because I was hungry. And one always knows that when one is hungry, you don't always make your best decisions. And nor in the best mind to try to do anything that requires like... Okay, so I think that's a hand, and okay. Well, you know, they're all kind of going to get that skin tone. There's a bit of a hand gripping. If you look at this guy here, this is part of the Malefic creature. It's kind of grabbed onto this poor fellow's hands, being like, yeah, you're about to have a bad time, friend. Yeah, that's what I've been told. People tell that to me, and I'll believe it when I see it. It's just because it's been so long that I do wonder how much of a learning curve I'm going to have to go through to just kind of get that same rhythm again. But, you know, it's like riding a bike. You don't do it for 10 years, and suddenly you're told that you can do that again, and you have no idea how to do it. That's my case, actually. With my surgery, I've been told that I will be able to ride a bike again, and I don't even know, and run, and I don't even know how you think about that, because I haven't been able to do that since like high school. So I don't even, that's it. I'll just leave it at I don't even, because we'll see where this goes. But I will have you guys know, it's snowing outside. I love it here. I love this state. Oh, It's so pretty. Oh, I get to look outside and watch the snow. I didn't really get to enjoy snow last year due to reasons and circumstances. I totally put way too much paint on this palette. But yeah, and so I'm going to be... I've agreed to do some extra, like to do some work with a friend to do some sculpting digitally, so that's also going to take over a little bit of my time. Yes, no. It's just so pretty. I'm happy to be in a place that actually gets weather. Although that did technically mean that we had to, because of weather, we had to remove some of the trees that were on our yard because I never heard of winter watering before on trees. But apparently that's a thing. I have the calculator on my phone to figure out exactly how much I should be giving each tree depending on its trunk size. But it's like 4 gallons, or it's a gallon per like inch diameter, I think it is, or something along those lines. And I'm totally going to sneeze here in a second. Unless I don't, but I really hate it when it's thinking about sneezing and it doesn't sneeze. Ah! Pain. You know, Day sent me a magnet at one point, and it said, "Silence is golden. Unless you have kids, then it's suspicious." And you know what? That also works for kittens. Because, oh my goodness, I don't know where they are, and it makes me concerned because I haven't heard them. And they're like, probably like, "Why are you talking in there?" And Miss Athena is upstairs, likely, cozying by the fireplace. She's also on medication now, or moreover, she's back on medication. On the medication that was making her less stressed out. We decided, well, because she wasn't really accepting the kittens, and it was just, her stress level was just getting worse and worse. And Day heard all about that because I was crying to her. Because, oh my god, the concept of losing Athena, or having Athena having a medical issue, and that I hadn't noticed it for so long, really hurt me. But no, it wasn't any kind of, she wasn't sick with anything that could be healed naturally, or with, you know, antibiotics or anything. She was just sick with anxiety. So she's now on anxiety medication, but like last time, she then decides not to need me so much, which is really weird. Because I don't get my baby girl with me. But it's also really nice because I know I don't want her only hanging out with me because she's so anxious. But that's the only way that she can handle being, you know, existing. So it's nice that to know that she doesn't need that level anymore. And as much as I would love to have her in and around me, I'm happy that she's getting happier. So yeah, we're now working on that, on abs, which I still find are really weird. When you actually just stare at abs long enough, they start to just really look weird. And
Oh, hi. Hi, baby girl.
you know, I was just talking about you. Come here. About you. Lola? I don't actually know where your pillow is. Oh, it's under my feet. That's where. Oh, it's Athena. Hi, Athena. Hi, love. Yeah, she's staring outside at the snow. Oh, my baby girl. Yeah, so we have our kitty again. We have our painting kitty. Yeah, 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 yeah. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. Oh, okay. We're going for hugs. Okay, we're doing hugs. Okay, I guess this is my life now. Yeah. Wanted hugs. You just wanted to show off to people and be like, see, I can hug her. Let's see here, cat cam. Yeah, see, that still exists. So you can still see what I'm painting technically on this screen, but no, Athena, don't leave. No. Camera up. Let's see if I can get Rhea over here. Rhea, come here. Little tiny bun. Oh, this is a little tiny bun. It's Rhea. She's my other little kitten. She's super tiny and super light. She still rarely sets off the auto litter. Yeah, she's such a tiny little thing. She's my little ray of sunshine. They're so precious. They're just so, so very precious. And I love her lots. She's often my little accessory. I'll just carry her around like this. And so she's very much used to me holding her back paws. And so they're just walking around and I'm just like, yeah, I'm accessorizing. This is my new accessory. Who needs purses and jewelry and things when I can accessorize some cats? Go on, Rhea. Go be a scamp. No, that when I say go be a scamp, I mean, like actually put your butt down and go. So yeah, let's get on back over to that. Are you just trying to figure out what I'm doing? Is that it? You got it, little put-ups? Yes. This is going as kind of the direction I was thinking it was going to go anyways. So he's a funny little one. She's a little monkey. She decided when she was going to be done being behind the little barrier block that I had between her and her sister and the rest of the house. She decided, nah, I'm done with that, and learned how to climb over the fencing. And now she knows how to climb over everything. But she does the cutest thing where, like, if I'm like downstairs and the door's closed, so she doesn't come down here because I don't feel like, because that whole basement is not completely kitten proof. So I don't want them down here. Oh, she was here earlier. Callisto. She's staring at me, but Callisto was all over us at the beginning. What is a little one? Oh, it's a tiny little bun. Oh, it's a tiny little bun. Oh, with your tiny little meows. Your tiny itty bitty little meows. Oh, you're just so cute. I just smushed your face against my face. You're so sweet. Callisto. Hey, bun. Bun. No, she's watching Athena because she's Athena's #1 fan. And she definitely wants Athena to still be her best friend, even though Athena really wants still not really anything to do with her. Although she is being better about it now with the medication. But she still doesn't think that she needs friends. Although Rhea says otherwise, because Rhea wants to be friends with absolutely everyone. I don't even know if her meows get picked up because of the muting, but she has a big voice for such a tiny little body. Tiny little thing. You're so cute. Anytime you hear me generally responding, it's to one of them meowing at me, and because I think they're still super cute. But I added some blue there just to give this a little bit more dimension. The fancy dancy things I can do in Photoshop here. Heard a meow. Yeah, she has a slightly too big of a tongue for her mouth, which is really funny. It was very prominent when she was much younger. And so anytime she meows, her tongue sticks out. So we always are like, meow with your tongue out. Because we're ridiculous, and she's ridiculous, and we love her. We love her and her ridiculousness. Alright, just mopping up the sploosh. That's good enough for mopping. But yeah, so but yeah, I'm hoping I can get back in the swing of things so that I can hopefully go to to Adepticon next year, and from there enter into Resin Beast. I still want to bring the Queen of Malifica there to enter. She was going to be originally my 2020 like submission, and I know my skills have grown a bit since then, but I want to place her in because I so love how she turned out and how my extra like work on her and her weapons ended up looking. So, but I kind of want to do as a tiny submission on one of these guys. Because there's no way I can really go up against the crazy people. Especially if it's an online photo contest. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Treaty's in here. She's very food motivated. She's extraordinarily food motivated. But yeah, I got the physical copy of my Alice poster, and I'm really happy with it. Now I just want to put like an inch on each side of just white space so that I can frame it. So I'm going to get it reprinted And maybe give that one away in something, some fashion. But we'll figure that one out. Can't believe I still do brush licking though. I'm like, really, really should not do that. But if I don't taste the paint, that means my brush is clean, right? Actually, I have no idea how these paints taste, which is good. I still remember the one time I actually tasted the Scale 75 one by accident, and ugh. Like that's a taste. That's a taste that you don't really want to have on a regularity time, regular increment. Uh, mm. So you can see his body is beginning to kind of form there. Good to see you back. Aww. Thanks, Day. Me and my absolute little scatterbrain. Scatteriness. Oh, that hand's being like completely taken over. So I kind of need to go over here and not have so much paint on my brush. So I can just kind of like scrape it along the tops of each of the details. And that's why it's so good to have points. All them points. Is Day heading off for work? Oh, she did say that right above that. Lurking. Aww. Well, thank you, Day. It was lovely to see you, and thank you for coming by. It's a strange, strange new world that I am finding myself in, and yeah, we'll see where this leads us, right? Let's see. Alrighty, so we're gonna add in some of this red. I always end up adding a bit too much skin tone paints on my palette, even with the hope that I wouldn't. I was like, I'm trying to put a little bit amount on, and it ends up being a lot. We'll use those colorings, maybe mixed in with a blue. Like the top of his face is going to be probably the brightest. This nightmare-induced creature is totally taking advantage of him. He's getting very handsy. And is also kind of very, very bony. Not really too sure. Did he have like a shoulder plate going on there? Because it looks almost like his shoulder's been... It might actually be that this is his shoulder that he's holding on to. So I'm kind of going to paint that in there. But then his entire shoulder has like decayed, which, you know, that kind of would explain why he's, you know, in a lot of pain. Doesn't look like he's having the greatest of days. But he also kind of looks like he's resigned to his fate. which you shouldn't really do. Say that you should still, not get so caught up in, being eaten alive by a handsy creature that that you completely give up on life. Like, just say no to the handsy creature. If in doubt, punch them in the face. If they don't have a face, then I would say you have to run, because you can't punch things in the face if they have no face. I just feel like there's a bit too... Get that. Let's just... Oh, I remember. I know what I know what I should wash this all down with to give it that right kind of skinny tone. I have to find the rest of these because I know I have extra gory reds, but geez. I was thinking of making a video because yay, I'm on YouTube now. I can make videos of like my must-have paints across the board. Two of them being dark Prussian blue and gory red because I'm nothing if not consistent. Some more of a slightly living tone. I know you're not going to be living for very much longer, dude, but, the chat history. Yeah. Now that is nice. There's a lot of things that I like about YouTube. I because of like my injury, I was ending up doing a lot of art classes that were, the videos were actually being posted on YouTube too, and that's where he was streaming. So it was nice to see that and see a different aspect of what I could do. And it's not like I could lose much more of my progress after not streaming for a year, so it was like the best time to go and try out something vastly different. Yeah, I also, what I really like about YouTube is that it's built for rewatching. Oh. Like I could have, like, I was thinking of making a video. Okay. I was thinking of making a video of like the most important things on my desk that I think everyone should have, because people like those kinds of videos. Or at least it might get me a little bit more of that kind of traffic. Get to learn how to do video editing. That's kind of fun. But one step at a time, my husband was just very much like, stop giving myself excuses. But I love giving myself excuses, but he did say, stop giving me excuses. Or giving myself excuses for not streaming, because there's always one more thing. And honestly, there is always one more thing. But as my art teacher guy was saying from recovery, don't let perfection get in the way of progress. And as much as I don't really always listen to that advice, it is good advice. So, don't be like me. Be like that guy. So. I'm also kind of gauging how well my hip is handling me just sitting here and painting, because it's been wishy-washy The weather apparently doesn't help. I brought it up to my physiotherapist and he's like, oh, it's probably the weather. I'm like, I don't want it to be the weather. I'd rather be able to just, you know, be normal again. But let's see here, what else have I been doing other than the portraits? I worked on a Medusa, but I never actually like finished her. So I should probably do that as well. I really enjoy actually the whole portraiture aspect. But don't really know where I'd go with it, but I enjoyed learning more about Photoshop and where that could take me. That's everything. I don't know a lot of the keybinds. Back when Photoshop was fairly new, that's dating me. I tried it then, and I didn't. The teachers never really grasped the whole like, I need to know why something is far more useful to do it that way compared to just drawing it. Like, this is so convoluted. Why would I go through this whole process if it's just faster for me to just, you know, draw it? Kind of like, why would I program a program to make a box when I could just draw that box? So this class actually helped with that. It helped with me figuring out why these things are useful. Like, why use masking instead of just erasing? Realize that it's constantly moving target. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, and then I also did the Charlie post. I did a portrait of Charlie, which was Mr. and Mrs. Jen's cat, who sadly, very sadly, suddenly passed away during my recovery. I talked about Charlie and Lola so much that even Tam knew who they were. I'd always show them pictures. Well, that doesn't apply as editing. Yeah, that's true. You need perfection in editing. Here we need to do some of this on this part of the creature. Don't remember what this one is exactly called, but he's kind of like my test piece of getting back into the thing. So, but yeah, since you guys are like my loyalists, probably not that loyal, but you know, that's loyalists. I like that. What would you guys like to see me do? Like, other than dance, because there's no way that that's going to happen for quite a long time. But is there anything that you'd like to see me do, or maybe make a video about, or just be me and be here and say hi? You know, carry on. Okay, so that's like, I'm gonna have to do some like really tiny eyes on these. But yeah, I did some portrait work Not sure if you guys would be interested to see me draw digitally on stream. It would be a whole lot less talking because I really... Until I learn how to develop talking while drawing, it's pretty silent. So it'd just be chill music and seeing me draw. I guess I could always like voice over the VOD later, speed it up, and you know, so it just looks like I'm speed drawing, even though I'm not. Just be me. I can do that. I can be me. So let's get this blue. Because of course we are using dark Prussian blue because we loves it. We loves it so much. I want to get... I've been bringing back some of that coloring. I just, you know, it's the 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of thing that I do. Slow progress, but this way it allows me to get some notes about mini painting. Yeah, and that's one of the things I did learn about teaching, because my original impression was like, well, why would I teach? There's so many people out there who already teach. Why would I throw my voice in as well? And it came down to different opinions, different ways of thinking and approaching a topic that everyone has slightly different variances of. So there has reasons for it. I will take a different perspective than like Squidmar or any of those guys, because they've been going for so long, and like my background is in art, but it's not so formal. Where's my Smith? Hate wolves are amazing. It's vibrating. This thing, as I try to like lift my foot up somewhere. I mean, I'm so used to when I'm sitting that I post up my leg, and I don't really get to do that so much anymore. It's also not really great to do, so it's fine that I don't. I constantly am trying to do that because I got so used to having to. Jesus H. Macy. Yeah, exactly. I see. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! My precious Infinite Blue. I guess I should really just like poke a hole into each of these things with my dragon pokey tool. Say what? I have a dragon pokey tool. I love Reaper. I saw that and I was like, I have to have that. I need to have that dragon pokey tool because he is so cool. Yeah, I will be painting him at some point. Not yet. But yeah, I've always had issues with the why, and I like to know why they think that something needs to be done that way. And I understand that not everybody wants to have to feel like they have to fight to explain something to everyone. But I wish a lot more teachers understood that
that sometimes I need to know the base reason of why, not just because that's how it is, or because I said so, or that's because that's what we're learning right now, and so please just be quiet and learn it. It's just because then I don't start thinking about the applications of where those things can be used, or what could be used with it, or why it's useful, or like, why do I need to devote my time to learn this if it's never going to be something that's at all useful to anyone. So it's, we figure that one out. And so that was one of the things I liked about this Photoshop thing, was that it allowed me to kind of have that range of finding out why. And or like, why mix your own paint versus just having paint already pre-mixed in its own individual little bottles?
Why should I learn how to mix paints? Was blender course very in depth? Too many explaining. Yeah. Then why did you explain it? I don't need to know. If I thank you for telling me that something is there, and great, but unless this is something that you're going to tell me about that I need to use for anything else, then have a blurb about it elsewhere. But yeah, it's that's a cool little strand of strandiness in the middle of this creepy thing. I forget what exactly it was that I stated that something was creepy recently. And then the person, because they knew what I've painted before, and with all the eyes and whatnot, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that's super creepy. And he's like, you paint 1,000 eye things. I'm like, yeah, no, it doesn't mean that they're not cool, but it doesn't change the fact that they're creepy because they are. Okay, so we're going to mix some Insimeth and some of this to make a greeny kind of color. Kind of an offy green, but that way I can have that kind of it's a bit on the brighter side, but we can kind of start having that in its highlight. But it also helps unify the colors because they're of a similar palette. Kittens don't really know how to be professional streamers yet. They're still being kittens. Alright. Thank you very much. It's so nice to be back, and it's nice to have people come back and hang out with me for the first time of streaming in a very long time. So have a safe drive, and we'll see you around. I don't even know what time it is. I don't even know how long I've been going on for. Hey, it tells me at the bottom of OBS. How about that? An hour and 15 minutes. I think that's a new record of the last year. Woohoo! Yeah, so I went to a place called, well, the art collective, because it's a collective, is called Meow Wool. And absolutely, this one's like Convergence Station. I think that's what this one was called. There's a few of them. One's in Vegas. I think another one's in Dallas.
still lurking back there? Yep, no, people are lurking and hanging out. I love you guys. Honestly, I was thinking I was going to be talking to the wind today, and that would have been fine because I didn't post up anywhere saying that I was going to be streaming. Because originally I was going to start yesterday, but I had an eye appointment at like 9:15 in the morning, and this time I was using I got the light imaging instead of the dilation drops, hoping that would help keep my eyes a little bit better, but I forgot how freaking bright those things were, and it was really hard on my right eye, and so they had to keep taking it. So I was like super sore, and like ended up with like a migraine for the whole day. So I'm really glad that I didn't actually post up saying like, hey, by the way, I'm gonna go live yesterday. Like, we'll see. We'll just press that button and see where we go. And a lot of it has been trial and error of trying to remember exactly what I used to do and remembering the programs, because since stopping streaming, I've had to, re-update my OS and anything like that. So it's made remembering the various programs that I ran and how they worked, and like, oh yeah, Streamlabs, and oh yeah, I use this program, and oh yeah, this and that. So it's a lot of remembering how all that stuff actually works. Which has been so very fun to refigure out. Hearing sounds in from the music, and I'm like, is that another cat sound that I don't know yet? Because I'm still learning the kitten sounds. Over this last weekend, we had a bunch of friends over for what normally is our yearly get-together, but we've been doing a bunch of them this year since COVID. The COVID restrictions have kind of eased up. We decided that we're just going to make a whole bunch of extra groups together. Book an optician's appointment. Yeah, so the reason I went for an eye appointment mainly and as a focus thing, like I haven't even gone and found a dentist yet since moving here, but it's the fact that my husband's insurance is kind of mind-boggling for vision. It's insane. Like every time one of the optometrists sees like what is covered, they always get like really bug-eyed with it. Afternoon of Zoomies! And but it's like, so every other year I get a certain amount, a few $100s off of frames, and I get pretty much free lenses every year. And I hadn't gone this year, and my sunglasses really needed updating. And not only that, but I really wanted a second pair of sunglasses since this is a frame year. And I have more than enough frames of vision glasses. I don't really want another one. I'd like to have a second pair of sunglasses. That way I at least have a kind of a backup in case I need it. Oh, that sounds nice, Mike. That sounds so nice. Deep tissue massages. But yeah, so it's I wanted to get that in before the new year. came about. I made that appointment like a month and a bit ago because my doctors apparently are like super booked up right now, which I don't really understand. But either way, this place was really nice. It's only like 10 minutes away from me, so it was equally very, very, very close. So I didn't have to drive back too far with my onset of a migraine yesterday. My glasses should be here in like 2 weeks. My new sunglasses, and I really like them because they are a plastic frame like my normal, all my other glasses when I wasn't making a mistake of choosing nose pads. But like the side bridge is actually a metal, so it's like super high up and hard, like out of the way, so it's not going to block my vision when driving. My old Tzeech palette, kind of. I don't have so much the oranges that, but I am using the Innsmouth blue, which is, that was part of my palette for that. You know, paint what I remember and then go from there. Because it's been a while since I've done this, that it's like, what does my hands remember? But though this is the first time I'm painting this creature, the creature of Malifica, as a blue. Normally the creature part is like is the color that I have with the skin tone. I usually make it very fleshy. But I felt like this time around I really wanted to do them in blues. So I wouldn't say that I'm still in the blue phase of things. Maybe it's moved to blue and orange. I don't know. We'll see where I am with my palette choices. That is kind of looking. I'm liking that blue on how it's turning out there. So I think I'm moving in the right direction. Although, like, I'm gonna do the smoky stuff underneath it. I don't really know. Maybe make that like bright and fiery, so it really calls attention to the blue being on top of it. Of course, as minimal of sub-assembly as possible. It does bother me that the one model that I do really like, I am having to do sub-assembly. Not full, but enough to make it like, ah. A little bit too much in some of these locations. So I'm just going to bring it down a little bit. Here and just be like, yeah, we're just resetting. We're resetting. And that's okay. But right now I don't have a bot anymore to remind me to drink something. So, which is very necessary in Colorado. So very dry. When the eye doctor was like, have you experienced dry eyes or itchy eyes? I'm like, my eyes are always feeling dry, but if I don't drink water especially. Ooh, I know what I should figure out. What color should I make this dragon pin be? Now I have a dragon pin. Dragon poke tool. Probably a blue dragon. Just because this is me. Although it doesn't have a front horn. So maybe not a blue dragon. Maybe a fungal dragon. Yeah, I don't know why I always revert back to this, but I really love Innsmouth blue. If I'm gonna come back to painting, I may as well paint with the colors I love the most. At least, you know, to begin with. Although my red model, I think this is the Lady of Corruption. One of the originals. Trying out a red skin tone was quite fascinating. I gave her, you know, an actual, like, bra because out of all of them, it looked the weirdest that she was, like, all, like, carapace and then just boobs hanging out. So, had to fix that. And honestly, I think it looks a little bit better. So, but it's fun playing with. It was fun playing with a bit of a red palette there. I still need to finish her. What I was kind of wanting to do was to get base tones on a bunch of miniatures before painting them on here, so that I don't have to do that process of base toning on camera. Although maybe that would be a good thing to have, especially in the VODs. It just means that it's something I can do on my own. These are TVs. Found TVs. To here. So we're just gonna go into here. Kind of like mark them in. I don't know if you guys have seen the new Patty model, because Creature Caster is coming out with reimagined original models, and Patty being the Plague Angel. Way back. Still one of my most favorite guys I ever painted. He's been reimagined. And this one is the one with the regular face and the scythe. But there's apparently going to be a second one with the actual doctor head, like the plague doctor head. And that one's going to have like a sword and a shield, which sounds like it could be a cool. So in here we have there's some teeth that are like right in there, which doesn't really want to pick up on. We'll have to do some jiggery pokery to get those ones in there. That's okay. Not the end of the world. just the beginning. I have lots of experience with these kinds of their teethies. So it's good to have a visual reminder, especially you guys who can't see it nearly as high as I do. You guys have it like HD light, whereas I have full HD access. I'm actually going to be in New York in like 2 weeks. That's going to be interesting. I've never been to New York before. And friends having a baby shower. Going there for that, but then I was told like, oh, you know, like we're gonna be running around a lot, so you might want to like figure out figure out stuff to do leading up to the baby shower. So that Saturday that I'm gone, I'm going to be going to the Museum of Natural History, which sounds super cool. I've seen it in movies, and I liked it. It looked really interesting. And do we see any other teeth? I think that's the only mouths that we have. Yeah, so that's what we have. All right, all those little teeth. So I want to see that, and because of my own limited like walking in the sense, I don't want to go too crazy about trying to explore everything and anything in and around New York, especially since I don't want to get mugged. And I'll be mostly by myself, so that's going to be so fun. So that's why I was like, I'm going to park myself at that museum, and it's a huge museum, so it's not like I'm going to be missing out on things to do. And I love just meandering through museums. So I bought my a ticket ahead of time, because a lot of things I was reading was that if you don't buy your ticket ahead of time, you might end up waiting like hours in the front to even get in. So I didn't really want to do that. So I'll figure out how to. I had to go in there, and I've been told that I need to try a bagel. So apparently the New York bagels are amazing. Let's go. All right. Yeah, it's been so nice. Thank you for coming by. Oh, it's good to see you guys. Well, my hip is getting a bit creaky, so we'll try to go for 2 hours and go from there. But yeah, so it's been that'll be exciting. That'll be fun. I downloaded their app to be able to navigate. Apparently they use like Bluetooth location so that with the app, so that you can find where to go if you're like, I want to go to this exhibit. The app apparently will tell me where to go. We'll see how reliable that is, but We shall see. We shall see. Let's see here. I'm kind of, just for now, I kind of want to just lighten up the spots of all these Cthulhu-esque eyes. Do 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 do. Because there's a lot of them, so let's count them. Let's learn how to count by counting the eyes on this creepy monstrosity. That's totally not how I'm going to teach a kid how to count growing up. Like, I need you to count how many eyes you see on this thing. What do you mean you don't know how to count? What do you mean they're nightmare-inducing? Any kid of mine is likely to just equally be a very wimpy at the beginning. Until I kind of got more situated in who I am. I was very, very much a wimp. So we have another eye there, and another eye there, and another eye there, and another one right here. See, it looks like a creature is like consuming his head. But I mean, that's kind of what this thing is doing anyways. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see with so many eyes. So why they missed out putting an eye on his actual hand is beyond me. Like, they always have put so many hands on eyes. Eyes with hands attached to them, or hands with eyes attached to them. But we got to the end of that page and it doesn't go to the next page, so the music has stopped. I think, therefore I know. No, I think that's what happened here. See, these are the things that I can only really learn being actually here. Okay. Oh, no, that's an eye. That's more eyes. I found them. They tried to hide from me. Tricksy little things. We found them. Oh, look at that. Every time I think that I have all the eyes, I'll never have all the eyes. Because there's probably eyes within eyes within eyes. Because, you know, just insanity. Just insanity things. This is just... Should have done this bit before with the sub-assembly, well, with the pre-painting, but things I don't even consider about. It could be one giant eye thing. Let's see here. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, this stock seems remarkably empty of eyes. There. All the eyes are creepy AF. Yeah. Okay, so that was like 30 songs, but I think one of them was like half an hour long anyways. But I liked all those, so Maybe I'll download them because they are free to download.
These are the music. That was the music that YouTube has for creators. That is basically like, you can have this, you can use it even in monetized videos. I've listened to it a few of them, and as long as I keep away from the words, I am generally pretty good with it. Because I find words to be extraordinarily distracting in songs. Well, in real life, in normal conversation too, words can be very distracting. So it doesn't even need to be in the songs. It just needs to exist. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we have the teeth. We have the... Still doesn't have all the eyes. How many times do I have to say that I'm going to be done eyes? Or at least done locating them all. When I find another one. Yep, found 2 more. You'll never run out of them. How many? It's like a contest of how many eyes they can reasonably put on a model before it's just all eyes. That is a question that is begged to be asked. Okay. Yeah, let me go and just briefly get that going again so it's not so quiet. Yeah, we got music again. Yeah, it got to the bottom of the 30 songs. Although that sounds like significantly louder. Okay. I know I got distracted by painting the blue because I always love painting blue. Blue is just such a pretty color. Even though green is like, I really love green. I find painting with green to be extraordinarily infuriating. Just, for some reason, it just never seems to work well with me. Oh, hi, Callisto. Where did you go? Hi, bud. Hi. Oh, who's my little Callie bun? Hi, Callie bun. Is it? Is it? Oh, we got another kitty here. Oh my goodness gracious. Where's my mouse? Okay, I've lost my mouse. That's fine. You guys can just see her here. Except that's not going to be fun at all. I really do need it on this other. Found it! Found my mouse! Yay! Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, that's my little Callisto. My little Callie bun. She's a sweetheart. She has really orange eyes. I don't know if Mrs. Jen is still around, but Mrs. Jen, you want to see the Callie bun? The little chunker? The little baby chunker? She is so chunky. But she's probably gone off to go to bed or something. No, she would have sat back. So, yeah, my little Callisto. My other little kitten, who's not so little. The auto litters technically say that, you know, by a cat's age of about 6 months, they will start setting them off. Well, they're both nearly a year, and Callisto started setting off the auto litter at 3 months. So, he's a bit of a beast. A little beast? Oh my goodness, what a beast.
Yeah, those ear scratches. Kiss your face. Yeah, you love loving. She's a cuddleisto. I love puns. But yeah, Callie's here. Oh, this is Callie's here. Yeah, come back here. No, Callisto. Or licking. Oh, sure. Just walk further away from me. Bratty little bun. That's what she is. She's just a bratty bun. That's okay. He's allowed to be a bit of a brat, I guess. Kind of got used to the concept of me trying to pick her up in the basement means that I'm going to be kicking her out of the basement, because for a while that was Athena's only safe space. So she's used to just having like, I go for her, that means that, oh no, we're going to have to run away because we don't want to get kicked out. No, the basement is so much fun. So much fun. I just want to be down here where it's so much fun. Yeah, she's a beautiful cat. She's a big one. She's kind of an ugly duckling as a kitten. She had really big eyes for a really tiny face, so it looked really funny. Yeah, I'm telling them all about your ugly face. But you were precious because of your personality, cat. Stop. You're just a little monkey. You're just a little monkey wanting to explore the world. But yeah, she's a chunker. We think that she's going to be we think that she's going to be as big as Athena, if not bigger. She just wants to explore more of the studio. Let me explore. Let me explore. Is that deck night? It is deck night. I thought it was like dark night. Oh, what a sweetheart you are. Yes, you are. You did get to see her. Yeah. She's just so pretty. But she's like, I want to explore the world. I'm a kitten. She's so sweet. That's why we call her, or our friends ended up calling her Cuddleisto, is because she's just so cuddly for the most part. But she's like, you're talking. I don't know why you're talking. So, but yeah, so that's 3 cats that I've shown off on stream today. So that's a success. Athena, my manager, decided to come in, check everything was up to code, and then she left. So yeah, I don't need to dedicate a huge portion of my desk space to her anymore. Now, should the pink be coming up, or should the blue be going down into the body? I almost feel like it should be like a light bluey peach color, so a very light green. Kind of like have it a little bit more of a distinguished, because it wasn't looking very distinguished and different. So we're just going to throw down the blue here. It worked well with the Kingdom Death model that I had it. The color kind of getting absorbed out of the body. But I don't think that that would necessarily work too well here. skin will start looking a little bit more on the bruised side of things, but
Maybe if they decide not to get eaten by a crazy monster thing. Chunky mom.
yeah, no, she's
my baby bun. And because, you know, cats are loafs. Cat loaf, right?
And Athena and Moose are my cat loafs. They are more than loafy enough to be cat loafs. So, well, my kittens also loaf around, but they're tiny, right? So they can't be loafs.
So they're buns.
Tiny little bread buns. And then it kind of just goes down to also being called baby bun because they're little babies.
I had to explain that to a few people just because they were laughing at me calling them buns.
I was like, it makes sense. But maybe it makes sense if you're me. Though we were playing a game over the weekend. It's actually called Secret Hitler. Don't play that game if you don't, if you're not with people that you're really comfortable around, especially yelling out that they're a fascist, because that's great. Where was I going with this one? This concept. Callisto, what are you doing? What are you doing now, baby?
Oh, right, because
so part of that is like have your eyes closed and kind of like Mafia or 7-Up or Werewolf, where you have a period of time where people close their eyes and the people who have specific roles will open them up and look around. Well, I just so happened to be on the side that was looking around, and Moose called out, and so I responded to Moose. I don't see her. I know my cat sounds, but that was people's opinions. They're like, oh, I knew that you were sus immediately because you responded to your cat. And I'm like,
it's my cat.
I know my cat's meow. So, but apparently that made me super sus. It's actually a really fun game. I lose my voice a lot in it because there's a lot of yelling over people. Actually getting really hungry now, so I might stop working on this guy. So yeah, I nearly made it 2 hours. So it's been 5 minutes extra. But it's one of those of like, but my tummy has the rumblies that only food can satisfy. So yeah, let's see here. I don't have actually a going away screen anymore, so thank you guys. I am gonna try to stream as often as I can. I would love to be able to get back to streaming every day. Buns make sense, yay. Buns. So hopefully I'll be back again tomorrow. I have to kind of figure out the right kind of setup on like when I'm going to be starting, because my appointments for physio, especially this month, are all over the place. So we'll see. But outside of that, I should be back again tomorrow to continue working on this really creepy, crazy guy. So, he's gonna be fun. And I'm gonna be rewatching over this video, just to kind of see like what I might need to improve on. Hopefully the sound has all been good, but I'll be re-listening to it and watching it, and hopefully by next week is my hope that I'll have gifts working again. So, yay! Yeah, thank you. It was so nice having so many people here. It was just nice to see friends I haven't talked to, or you guys I haven't seen my face in quite a while. So, yeah. Let's
see here. So hopefully I'll be back again tomorrow mid-afternoon. It is Friday tomorrow, so I don't have any appointments. Generally, my physio is Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. It's not helpful. It's so helpful. I thought it was so helpful. But yeah, so I will be back working on more Creature Caster because I have so much Creature Caster. It's a good problem to have. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Oh, are you coming to say goodbye? Yeah. Come here. Oh, she decided to come in. She's like, oh, I hear that you're done and that you're finishing up. Cat's distraction for everything. Oh my goodness. So many cats. So much fluff. She wanted to come say bye. She's like, I gotta do my manager job of saying bye. So, bye. Alright, guys. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow, mid-afternoon for me. Or mid-morning. Late morning? Times! We'll figure that one out, okay? Okay. See you then, guys, alright? Bye!